For aspiring players out there, like people watching this podcast, they want to improve. What do you think is like the go-to thing to actually just get to the next level?
That's a tough question. You're giving Alvaro the tough questions here.
What is the secret to it? You know, you found it.
Well, the secret.
We're here at the China Smash. Alvaro, how you doing?
Hello. It's a pleasure to do my first podcast with you.
Yes, this is
great to have you.
What a place to do it. I love the way you just like threw in Alvaro like he's one of the boys now.
Yeah, like he's our best friend.
Yeah, not like he's a like two-time Olympian, world number 30, like incredible athlete. It's just like, this is Alvaro.
Well, you know, we did release a video recently with Alvaro Robles. Man, we had a great time. People loved you.
Yes, now we are closer, really.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yes, it was a great experience for me.
Do you know when you played us, like when you played the Beast, that opening rally was just ridiculous. Around the nets, it had everything.
It was amazing, yeah.
I mean, I didn't expect to do such a rally at the first point, and everybody loved it.
Yeah, it was great. You were off the table, lobbing, around the nets, It was
that's my garden. That's what I like also.
That's what we wanted, wasn't it?
You know what all the comments say as well? Like, I had no idea that Robles was a great guy, he's so funny. And that's part of, I think, of the struggle of table tennis, is it's so intense that very rarely do you get to show your humor, your fun side, right?
That's why I told you in the video that we should do more often this kind of things, because get to know the players and everybody around table tennis much more. So at the end, we are humans, and we are sometimes in kind of bubble. So it's nice to do different things, not only be in our bubble all the time.
I think that's what makes table tennis such a tricky sport, though, because you do need a lot of focus and concentration to bring your best game, right? Table tennis is a tough game, and it needs a lot of focus. And you can see that in the training hall at China Smash, right? All the players are just so focused and it's intense.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why now that we can watch many videos of tennis, and you see how the big players are handling this pressure, Djokovic is doing some tricky things, and you could see how he can change from focus to
like relax mode.
And it's big sport. I think we can learn a lot about them.
Do you think, I mean, obviously it is important, like Dan said, you have a lot of focus when you're playing in the training hall, in the matches, but it's also important to have something to let you switch off, like maybe something outside table tennis, some other interests, like I'm sure you have, right? Like maybe tennis or whatever it is, to just help you get your mind off table tennis as well. Exactly,
to find this balance, and at the end it will help us to perform better, because we need this joy in our sport, not only be focused, just working mode all day. So I think it's a part of the experience, and we are learning with the years.
What do you do to relax? Do you watch like movies, listen to music? What does Alvaro do once the table tennis stops?
Recently, so I am father now, so I need to change my mood when I arrive home.
Yeah.
So
it changes your life quite a lot, doesn't it?
It's a big lifestyle change, yeah.
Change completely.
Say goodbye to sleep.
Exactly. So when I'm in the tournaments, I'm sleeping 9 hours.
It's quite nice. You go to a tournament in a hotel. I can sleep now.
Exactly. So at home, I am with the family. I spend the afternoon with the kids, with their routine. So I really find this right now as a moment to relax mentally. It's tough to be with the kids, but also I forget a little bit about my table tennis life for a while.
Yeah, but sometimes it's good, right? I think like then you have like your family life switch off completely, and it's like a complete different mental state you're in, right?
Exactly. Before that, I always try to, for example, take a coffee with a friend, try to read, watch one movie or series. This is what helps me. But at the end, I have to say we are thinking too much about our game, about table tennis, about results, about our goals. It's demanding a lot.
One thing I find with your game is you're so relaxed, or it seems that way. Like, and everyone's in the comments like, wow, Alvaro is just, he's so chilled out there. Yet when we played you, the quality on the ball is so high. The spin, the variation, you just don't know what's happening. Have you ever played FIFA or Pro Evolution? You know these football games, yeah?
Yes.
You know when you play the legendary mode and it's impossible?
Impossible.
That's what it's like playing you at table tennis. So what's going to happen here? Like, you know, and I don't know, when you've practiced, do you always think about trying to stay loose, or is it just a natural thing you have? Because when I play, I'm thinking about, I need to get power on the ball, and it tenses me up. And I think a lot of players find that you don't seem to have that tension there. It's like it whips, you know, it's like a
really smooth and relaxed.
Smooth and relaxed, but yet fast.
Maybe in my case, it's about, so I'm trying to feel my body, to be conscious about my body and try to save energy, to protect myself, to not be injured. So this was part of my big priorities during my practice. So maybe that's why feels like I am relaxed.
Interesting.
So I can protect myself when I'm practicing a lot of hours.
Because tension does bring more injuries, right? It's more.
Yeah.
And like Alvaro said as well, if you're tense, you're using more energy. Like if you run and your upper body's tense, right, you're using a lot of energy. If you're relaxed, you can go for longer, right, and not get as tired.
Exactly, and everybody could see that I put many balls in the table. I try to play a lot of rallies. So that's my way to survive. I mean, to survive during many long practices, and to not get injured. That's a very important part in our sport, because if we get injured, we cannot practice, and that's what we love to do: to practice and to play matches at the end.
I think your style of play is very similar to Patrick Franziska. Big, tall guy, big, long arms. You like to take a step off the table and play off it. You in particular, on your forehand, the ball drops and then you just whip through it.
It's like the ball's on the floor sometimes. It's like you're waiting for it. It's like you're literally picking it off the ground and it just scoops in.
And it's like so low over the net as well. The arc of the
It's so
ball is
unique.
Beautiful.
When I was around 17, 18, that I got in touch for the first time with YouTube.
Yeah.
So I started to watch too much Timo Boll. And that was good and bad.
That's this guy's problem as well.
I am the right-handed Timo.
Yeah, because he has a unique style. He can produce a lot of spin, and but at the end, sometimes there are acts of aggressive shots. So I copy him for a long time. So that's why maybe I have my style, kind of putting many balls in the table, producing spin and running, and it was also the prime of Timo around 2006, 2010. It was phenomenal, yeah.
I mean, it's impressive. We've discussed this on other podcasts, but it's impressive like how much Timo's had to, not just Timo, but like other players who've played a long time had to change the game through like all the changes, like serve rule, plastic ball. Now the game is quite different now with the plastic ball. Like we've discussed it a lot, and for someone like Timo, it's quite a big change, right?
But he stayed at the very top of the sport.
He had to adjust well.
Exactly, that's the big success, to be able to be at the top with all the changes we had, with the 21 to 11, 38 ball to 40, then different kind of plastic, then full plastic.
Yeah.
And really you could see there are a big evolution of the game right now. The young players, they grow up knowing how to play banana since they are 7 years old. They don't know how is to play from down. They just play up. They can hit every ball. So we have, the older players, we have some advantage to live before all these changes, because let's say I can play one ball from down, but also I can now play some balls aggressive. But I mean, at the end, the young generation, they really are doing some new table tennis.
Yeah. Do you think you've had to, for your game personally, how have you thought about how you've had to change it, like from the plastic ball? Is that something you focused on a lot or not? it's not
a lot.
Yeah.
Before I was used to play just one spin ball, and the opponent has a lot of problems to block.
Yeah. You get a lot more. Yeah.
And right now I know that I need to take it earlier, the ball, and I need to work for every ball.
It's
maybe
more physical. Yeah.
more physical,
more aggressive as well in the game now. Like
Exactly. So I think there are some really genius players from the older times that they really know how to play with the spin. If I see, for example, Marcos Freitas or Thiago Apollonia with the old ball, how they can manage the spin, they were really impressive, and they had to
adapt
to the new ball, and still they are doing. There are many examples, and it's very interesting because they are really a big evolution.
100%. Yeah. For aspiring players out there, like people watching this podcast, they want to improve. What do you think is like the go-to thing to actually just get to the next level? Because like, you've done some big jumps over the last...
That's a tough question. You're giving Alvaro the tough questions here.
It's
what is the secret to it? You know, you found it.
Well, the secret, me as a professional, I try to understand all the important aspects of our sport. There are many things we cannot control. That's for me the most difficult part. But at the end, I try to build my physical part. Try to understand the technical part, the tactical part, and the mental part. So these four, you have to, let's say, practice
all four of them.
All four of them, to be able to understand what is happening in the matches, to enjoy also more the practices. I remember my biggest change was when I moved to Germany. I really learned a new sport, because different coaches with a lot of experience, they explained me about technique, some things. They told me that I couldn't put 3 balls in a row doing 2-2. And this didn't allow me to improve my game also. So as soon as my technique improved a little bit, I could also improve my game. Yeah. So everything step by step, I had to put it as like a puzzle.
Yeah, it's like building up the whole package of a player, right?
And the base is so important to be able to improve faster.
Because quite often you see, like, let's say players like just below the top level, and they're like amazing in certain areas. Like maybe they've got world-class technique, but then mentally they can't control it yet. Or maybe mentally they're very good and they're missing something in the technique, and it's having everything, right?
Exactly, and there are a lot of, as I said before, a lot of things we cannot control, and factors. For example, some players, they have strength point the backhand shot, and they know they struggle short forehand or when they move deep forehand. But as soon as the ball is going to the backhand, they know they will win the point. Myself, it was totally different. I'm too perfectionist, so I try to improve short, improve forehand cut, improve backhand, be good when I play contra spin, be good against defense, be good against left, be good against right, and it's so demanding and cost me a lot of effort and much more time than to another players to improve faster. But now I'm happy that I try to build like that, because I can feel competitive. That's the most important for me.
Yeah, and I think now it's even more important now to have an all-round game, because before, like for example, again we've talked about like Roo Seung-min, who won the Olympics with almost no backhand, but just amazing footwork and forehand. But you can't really do that now. You have to be quite balanced in your game, I would say.
Well, that's I'd probably say the biggest example of that right now is Quadri, right? Massive forehand, but he's had to develop that backhand like
for sure,
kick.
But everybody, I said my opinion about Quadri. I have a lot of respect for his career, because looks from outside like he's just playing forehand, very strong forehand, that's true. But the way he prepared the game, the way he prepared the point, how he received, the placement he plays, where he serve, allow him to play this shot with forehand. And this is maybe what many people don't see.
Yeah.
But he's really knowing what he's doing, and it's not all about big forehand. It's the way he anticipates to every ball is really amazing.
Yeah, for sure. And we enjoyed watching him in a minute. And
we actually took him on as well over in UTT. We had a nice battle with him as well, so that was good fun.
He called us the ultimate hobby players. It was quite funny.
I don't know if it's an insult or a compliment.
Yeah, it's great. It works though.
You were just in the training hall. You heard it, right? What did he shout?
I was recording one of the players, and I just hear in the corner of my ear, "Hey, hobby player!" And I'm like,
"Oh, it's Quadri."
Hey, Quadri! He's just cracking up. It's funny. But Alvaro, obviously, we're out here in China. How are you enjoying the WTT experience? And he was in Saudi, and now we're at the main one, the big smash event.
Definitely, China is another level for table tennis. You could see the crowd is totally full, and also if you speak with some fans, they really know about your career, about your next move, your ranking, points, everything. They really aware about everything, and that's impressive because we are not used to get this kind of exchange with people outside of let's say our players. Between players we know, but outside is not so usual that we find this kind of information. Yeah.
Speaking of your career, I want to go back into the past a little bit because the 2019 World Championships, Budapest, you came away with a silver medal in the doubles with Ionescu. Firstly, I wanted to say you lost to a pretty good doubles pairing in the final, right? Who did you play against in the final?
In the final, we lost against Malone and Wenchuping.
Not a bad doubles. Not bad. What do you remember, though, about that time? Like, who did you beat on the way there? Was there a moment when you went... Because you can't have surely been preparing for a silver medal going in, right?
No, I mean, we didn't expect to have such a result. But I remember as a really magical time for us because we started 1 year earlier in China Open. And it was crazy because we beat Malone and Chuching in our first tournament.
What?
In semi-final. So that was our start.
Yeah. Okay, this is a good duo. This is a good pairing.
Amazing. So then the World Championship, we knew that.
So you were the favorites going into that final in the World Championship.
No. But so we were. I remember this time we were enjoying so much, but not only playing. Like the moment we meet to practice before, we were all the time having fun. We play all the time our lucky set we call before every match. So the atmosphere was really good between us.
Good team bonding and like the team feeling is strong.
Exactly. And then the game really fit his strong forehand, my backhand flick, everything was
just connected together.
Exactly. So we beat last 16. It was Pitchford and Jonathan Groth.
Yeah.
And then the quarterfinal for me was, I always said, the best match. The most special match because we played Christian and Matthias.
Yeah.
Oh, really strong.
Really strong. And then it was the first time. So I lost many times in quarterfinals. So I didn't have any medal in Europeans, of course not in World Championship. Yeah. So it was a big barrier for me.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I remember we prepared the match a little bit tactically. I never watched one double in my life, honestly. So we prepared a little bit and we played the perfect match. Yeah. Because maybe I don't remember, but maybe we won every set 11-9 or 12-10, but we won 4-0.
Wow.
So it was totally perfect match. I think no mistakes.
Yeah. And in the semi-final?
Semi-final, it was very crazy match against Thiago and João Monteiro.
The Portuguese
The
boys.
Portuguese. There are many points you could see of this match, and we won 4-3. We were 7-3 down in the last, and it was very special also to reach the final, really.
I remember there's some crazy shots.
I remember
you did from
watching
back in the court. Yeah, like ridiculous catches you were doing back from the court.
And I just remember like the celebration at the end where it was
Yes.
like jumping like
Jumping.
In your career as well, 2-time Olympian. So the first time Tokyo during COVID, right? So no crowds whatsoever.
Exactly. It was little bit strange when I think about Paris.
Yeah.
Because it was totally different tournament. But anyway, very special moment to qualify for the first time, because it was my goal, I think, since I started. And it was very tough to get there, really.
Yeah. All of the Paris photos where you have photos with like Alcaraz and Rafa. Do you have their WhatsApp? Are you in their phones? Do you have them on Instagram DMs?
No,
We need to get you there.
Yeah, but I have to say, during the Paris Olympics, Sergio Ramos started to follow me.
Oh, wow.
And this was for me, he is really my idol.
Yeah.
I am Real Madrid fan.
Oh wow.
And even my Instagram is Robles4.
Yeah. From Ramos.
Exactly. It's really, Rafa and Ramos are my idols.
Love it.
So it was
That's pretty special.
So special for me, yes.
Have you ever met Sergio?
No.
Oh, we need to do a TTD video.
And,
get it.
Exactly, and his city is really near from me.
Was he
Sevilla.
I was about to say, because he started at Sevilla before he went to Real Madrid. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
My city is just 35 minutes.
How good are you at football? Because I imagine you're pretty good as well, no?
I like football.
Yeah.
And I remember playing since I am 4 till 10. I can say maybe every day.
Wow.
In school every day, after school every day.
There's no wonder Spain beat us in the Euros. They're all playing football from a young age. World class at football.
It's paying everybody, yeah. It's a big culture.
So when did you? Because I think I read in an interview that you started playing table tennis because your older brother was playing it. Yeah.
Exactly. He was playing. He's 10 years older. So I was following him all the time. So I started with 9 years old. And it helps me because as he is older, I could never beat him.
Yeah,
until maybe I was maybe 15. So yeah, it was a nice moment when I started, yeah.
Helped push you to get there. So yeah, did you obviously, because like you started at the age of 9, was there a point where you're like, okay, I'm just going to play every day at this sport now? Like, did you play loads at that age, at 9, 10, 11?
In that age, I play like 3 times per week, practice by like 3-4 hours I can play during the afternoon. But until I get 15, I started to really practice every day and kind of more professional because I moved to a center.
Okay.
Was that in Germany? That was the move?
No. In the beginning, it was in Spain.
Okay.
Right.
A good club where in that time many good players were there because the league it was quite good. So you could have one Chinese in the team, some good Europeans, some good Spanish. So I remember I could learn a lot in this stage, and I could see also what is to be a professional player, and at least it came to my mind to have an idea what means. But the biggest step I always said it was when I moved to Germany, where I really discovered everything about table tennis.
I was going to say it's interesting now because I feel like there's quite a good group of like a generation now of Spanish players coming through, like younger players.
Exactly.
And quite a few of those are living and training in Germany, like Juan Perez.
Exactly.
A few other guys, I don't know.
Zoza as well, yeah.
Yeah. Few of those guys. And actually they've got quite a good young generation now, Spain, I think.
Now Spain have 10 players or even 15 players with the same level. So that's pretty good because the medium level improve a lot. And then you have a very young one. It's called Vladimir. He's only 11.
Okay.
and
Nice.
he's amazing.
Oh, this is good. We got the one to watch for the future.
He's coming for your spot. Watch out for him.
No, I'm always,
Be careful.
one coach in Germany always told me, you need a mirror here to see who is coming.
Oh, yeah. Like in the car.
That's always stays.
It must be tough though, because everyone's just chasing you, right? But it pushes you as well.
But at the end, I learned to follow my way, do my career, and as less energy you spend watching others. That's why I think I felt very, very good in Oxenhausen during many years, because I found my place. Everyone was there to fight for their own goals, and nobody judged what you are doing. If you want to be world championship, I'm nobody to say or to tell you
can't do that.
You cannot do that or whatever. So everybody was really kind of respecting other goals.
I think this is key with table tennis. As you get better, you've got to put yourself in the same level to train with people so you can push each other, right? And this is why I think the Chinese national team have that advantage, because they all train with each other. So it's another tier up. And it's just so tough because Ma Long will be knocking every day with Lin Jingkun or whoever. And you know what I mean? So even at our level, right? We need to be trying to train with each other, or even a little push up.
Yeah, someone who's a little step better than you.
Yeah, and as you get to this higher level, you've got to then go abroad, maybe go to Germany, go to whichever country you can work with the clubs to then push your level, right? It's that stepping stones all the time.
Exactly. I think this was the big success of the generation I was together and the place in Oxenhausen, because there was few groups. Some players were in top 100 already. Some players were between 100 and 200, and then you could always see somebody who you want to just
catch them.
and looks like maybe a stupid thing, but it helps you to every day. I mean, watch for not so crazy goals. So when I was 300, I didn't want to be top 50, but I wanted to be 250.
Yeah, nice.
And maybe after 1 year, I reached the goal. And year by year, at the end, faster than I expected, I was improving.
Yeah, but this is actually a really good way to do it, right? Because it's hard to be like, I'm 300, I want to be top 10 and be like competing with Ma Long. It's better to do like small step bit by bit, right?
Exactly. And I have a joke with a good friend, Jana Kusu, for example.
Yeah.
We are always joking about the ranking. So if I am 30, he will write me and tell, now I have to be 29. and we have all the time in the mind. And at the end, it's a kind of fun.
Yeah,
and I always want to be a little bit better than him. And maybe if one day he's 25, I need to really fight to be 24. and it's really fun.
He's another example where he was around 150 in the world for a while, 10 years ago or something, and then jumps up. You are right, though, that generation has just pushed through. There a long time there was the Timos, Samsonovs and everyone, dominating Europe, and then this next wave has come through.
It was hard to break that for a while.
And it was kind of like, oh, who's going to be next? But there's so many players now. It's pretty awesome. I love the game at the minute. You got the Felix, Truls, loads of players who are like just causing issues on the circuit.
There's
now.
a big group that are like really ultra competitive, and it's like if they play, it's like
it's quite hard to know who's
going
to win, and that's really exciting to watch.
We said that about Paris, actually, because we did some predictions, and of course it's like, well, Fan Zhendong, we think. But then we were like, the other medals, there's a group of like
10 or more.
Maybe
more.
15, 20, who on their day can beat everyone in that list, which is really exciting.
Which is basically what Truls did at that tournament, right? Like he had a great tournament and got a silver. Like,
Can we ask you about that? Because everyone's seen Truls's the snake shot that he hit against Fan Zhendong that came back. How nuts was that?
Yeah, I mean, this shot at the end, only guy with so much feeling can do in that moment. I think not even. I mean, I'm not even thinking about that to try it.
I mean,
it's brilliant. So this is about your profile. His style is he's doing all the time the
Chop block and
Yeah.
stuff like
shot
that.
block, stuff like that.
Yeah, we kind of say that he's got Swedish feeling. I mean, we're going to create the saying "sweeling." Trolls has sweeling, right? But you said something on the TTD video which was really interesting, which was your rhythm, sometimes taking the ball slightly later with this new generation that takes everything fast, can be a massive advantage, and that's something that Trolls does really well. Those chop blocks, those little offsets, or the punches,
Yeah, he
those
breaks the
changes
rhythm.
in pace. How important do you think that is to kind of your game and a Trolls, his success as well?
It's a way to produce errors in the opponent, and sometimes you cannot beat some player with your speed or playing very fast. You know you have no chance. So at the end, you have to find a way to find solutions. And I think he's one of the best finding this way to win the match, doing different things. And you could see this match in top 16 against Dima, where he was just doing.
He looked lost. Dima looked
I've
lost.
never seen Dima do that before.
Exactly.
He's pushing some of them, they dive to the net.
Yeah.
He's pushing some, they go up to the ceiling, and he's.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because Dima's that sort of player, right? Where if you get in like bang, 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 fast rallies, this is going to be tough against Dima. He's so safe in like these topspin counter. Like,
But I think Truls is practicing.
yeah, it's not an accident.
This way.
right?
Yeah, I know.
I was going to say this. I feel like Truls has done a lot of. He's lost matches a lot as well, where he's like messed about a bit, tried stuff where he's almost looks like he's given up sometimes and just throwing it. But actually,
it's not.
He's learning some interesting skills there that then he's bringing into his game.
I think everything he does is really trained already.
Yeah.
He's not
Experimenting in the middle.
experimenting during because he think he will lose. It's everything is
It's
really
all part of it, yeah.
really prepared.
What's interesting, in Sweden, very early on from a young age, everyone said he's the new Waltner. And probably psychologically, he thinks, wow, yeah, I'm the new Waltner. And he knows what Waltner was like. He had the feeling to do all this sort of stuff. So, he's probably watched him, he's probably hung out with Waltner, learned a few things.
He's definitely taken some inspiration, I'm sure.
When Truls was in that final Olympics, it really looked like it was like a young Waltner out there. I don't know if you felt like that, but even the way he was sweating and just like, the way he was jumping around the table. And if you watch Waltner's matches, it's quite similar, like digging long and then like throwing a chop block and stuff. And it's just so random. It's it's just so different to every other player.
Yeah.
I think the culture of your sport in the past, it has a lot of impact in the present, because you could see Germany, Sweden, or France. They had a world champion, Olympic champions before, so they grow thinking that this is normal.
a belief.
Yeah.
It's a belief. So for a German player to be top 20 is almost normal.
Yeah.
And for the rest of the player in the circuit, it's really tough to be top 20.
Yeah, and like actually, like for you from Spain, like
Exactly.
historically, there hasn't been many Spanish players that have been top, right?
For me, my reference was Carlos Machado.
Yeah.
He was a fantastic player. He reached top 100 and he was 57 in the world.
Yeah.
So since I am 16, 17, my goal was to be 56.
Yeah.
As I said before. But once I reached 50, I had to put my, let's say, attention on someone else.
Yeah.
So interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
And I think if I, let's say, born in Germany,
Yeah.
and I grew up watching Roscoe before Dima.
Yeah.
Then I want to be, let's say, maybe not number one in the world, but maybe top 20.
Top
as I
20,
said.
yeah.
Check this out, right? I was talking once to Patrick Francisco, and I said, when you were younger, who did you look up to and stuff? And he was like, I was very lucky. When I was 6 years old, Timo Boll was in the same hall as me, in the corner, always doing multiple with his coach. And he was like, when I was 6 or 7, I used to sit there and just watch him. Can you imagine how much you're learning at the age of 6, watching Timo doing top spins? You would hear the sound of it, the wrist, the way he walks and touches his back, everything about him. You're like, there's Timo, you know what I mean? At the age of 6.
But again, he's not like there's Timo. For him, it's like normal.
Yeah,
It's like,
but if you look at Francisco's touch, though, it's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good touch, and he's, you know what I'm saying? Like you're saying, you saw it and watched it maybe a bit later on, but Francisco from the age of 6 had that sort of visual.
And the mentality also. So
Yeah.
you could learn one of the most important things that it is to understand really our sport from the beginning and not be with 25 just discovering everything, because you lose a lot of time.
Yeah.
And the career is
Short, really.
short. So that's the big advantage of the player of France, or Asian players. Also.
But I mean, that's why it's good for like players to have these countries, because it's someone to look up to, like an idol. Like, so now for yourself playing top 30 in the world, number 30, like there's going to be the Spanish guys now that we talked about.
That 11-year-old's going to be 29.
I want to get to Alvaro's level. He's done it. Well, why not me? Like, I'm going to train hard and smash it now.
Exactly. So when I came to Germany, I arrived first in Grenzau, and I watched Gacina. He was in that moment maybe 35 in the world, and I could see, wow, this guy winning fantastic matches in Bundesliga. He was really a reference for me.
Yeah, nice.
So in that moment, I changed from Carlos Machado to Gacina to put my attention, and that's the way I was improving.
Do you think, so like we're talking a lot about like nature versus nurture here, right? Like how much training you do over, let's say, natural born talent. Do you think if you trained with the Chinese national team every day and you were with Ma Long and their crew, do you reckon you'd be top 10 in the world?
It's a difficult question. I would say, knowing what I know now, I could learn a lot of things still that I don't know if I met them for 2 or 3 months. But I will not copy the, let's say, psychological part, because I had my opinion that, for example, Dima Ucharov is much stronger than any of them mentally.
Interesting.
But they have so strong base technically and tactically.
So the problem is that's hard to learn once you've gone for it. Like, you kind of need to learn really young from the beginning to have these hours and hours and hours of like, right, to have this strong base. I mean,
exactly. Now I will not do this kind of amount of hours to improve my table tennis. I would like to understand better how it's working tactically, for example.
I would love to know, like, if you were to hang out with them for a couple of hours and you go, wow, I just learned this was so interesting.
But what is sure is that if I am, let's say, practicing now for some months with them, and you get every day this kind of pressure in the practice, the ball quality every day, at one point become easier. For sure.
Yeah, because you play someone else and it's like, oh, no problem.
Exactly. So you get used to this bounce that it's really high. So I think you can improve, of course, but maybe from the beginning you will burn out.
Yeah.
So it's a difficult question. But I will take the best of them. That for me is this understanding of technical part, and then I will learn, for example, the way of finding this 1% to be 1% better every day of Dima. That is unique, and this mixed combination, it will be the perfect one for me.
I think, like you said as well, it's very similar to, like, you don't learn everything in table tennis from one coach or one person. Like, you take parts from other people. Like you said, you went to Germany, you're like, oh, I didn't think of that before. This is a new way of practicing, or whatever. But you learn different bits.
You know how it was in the beginning in Germany. We had 3 coaches. It was Dima Masunov, Michel Blondel from France, and Dubo Skoric is from Croatia. He was many years in Charleroi with Samsonov, and they have all of them a lot of experience, but they were totally different. Masunov was a good player, so I could speak all the time about my matches. So when I come from the league, I was speaking with him for very long, like I felt like that. I did this tactically, and then I could learn a lot from him. Then from the other one, from Dubo, he loved the technique part. So I was spending hours and hours and hours trying to understand my technique, improving this aspect. And the other coach don't care at all about technique, and also not so much about tactic, but he has a lot of impact in the psychological part. and the big picture of your career. So he can guide you really good. And this combination of none of these three coaches were my coaches, but I could really learn from these three.
Each of them.
That's really
each
interesting.
of them, and make my version a little bit, so my eyes could see a little bit farther. So it was a great experience for me.
Feel like you're constantly trying to learn still, even at your level, which
Exactly.
is awesome.
I was about to say, there's a great quote from you that I saw in an interview, which was, "You can fail, but you learn and you continue," which there doesn't seem to be any ego with you, which you do see with some of the players, right? With you, there's
It is,
nothing.
but it's the way I learn. It was sometimes tough because I remember the Bundesliga matches, losing, doing 500 kilometers with the car alone, coming back, and then Monday morning I was in the practice. So I repeat this so many times that I know is I had to build this mentality, and I learned that there are a lot of opportunities. I try to take as much as possible. Sometimes it's not working, but now, for example, I will have. So tomorrow mixed double, I will focus, and after it will be European Championship, and I will try to do my best. And that's the way. Yeah, there is no.
I think people can learn a lot from that, like the great attitude and the way to approach things for young players, like really interesting. Yeah.
Is there anything you've learned lately that you're like, oh, that's really cool, I never knew that you could share with
And
us?
Dan's trying to improve his game, so he wants all your tips.
Like, especially someone like yourself who's like heard everything probably from so many different people. Is there anything like, oh my God, that I've never done that before?
Or like, one piece of advice. Or
No, but what I see right now, especially from the really young talents, there are really few of them that are amazing with already 12, 13, and they are all working almost like professionals because they have their own team already, and they are aware of the how important it is, the physical part,
diet,
like I mentioned
rest.
before. So to know your sport, to understand, I mean, better to exchange with another players who has more experience than you is the fastest way to improve. Otherwise, you will only, you will not learn
You get stuck,
nothing new.
right?
You get
Like,
stuck.
yeah.
And I am really a person that I don't like to be stuck.
Yeah, you can tell, like even the way you speak, you're like,
No.
you can really tell.
So I really want to catch sometime. Now, for example, I moved to Spain, and I am trying to change the way I practice and everything. Wow. And for example, I start to work with a physical coach, and I'm learning some new things that really motivate me and make me think I can improve.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not directly have no relation with something technique or with the table.
Actually on the table, yeah.
But I believe if I move better, or I find I can have a better position, can help me a little bit in the table. So that's the way I try to improve. And for example, I am not a player who analyzed many matches in my life. I didn't watch many videos, and that's my weak point. So I still think that if I learn to analyze, I can be also better.
This is a
player.
nice feeling though, right? Like you've already got to number 30 in the world, but it's not like, well, what else can I do? If there's something else you can do, like you already know it, okay, great. I've still some development to go, right?
I honestly, I feel I need help because I feel alone. It's very difficult to improve more for me. I need external help.
You know, the Japanese team, they have and Chinese team, they have a notational analysis who analyzed all the videos. Have you seen this before? I mean, you probably had it to your game.
I know Germany.
Yeah, they have this, yeah.
They have France. Probably, yeah,
Okay.
that's why they are.
Yeah.
Well, no, I saw this thing as
One time I hear that in 2000, maybe 17, we play this European qualification European League against Sweden. And I saw one picture of the Swedish team. It was young person, Christian, Matthias, and it was analyzing my match.
Wow.
So I asked myself, how I will win against these guys? I mean, they are...
The preparation. Yeah.
Preparation, it's years of advantage. So how can I win against them? I mean...
I think this is something that table tennis, outside of the very top, we are lacking massively, because every other sport, soccer, boxing recently, I don't know if you follow boxing, but Daniel Dubois knocked out Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
And when you watch it back and you see kind of highlights of AJ's fights where he's dropping hands when he's throwing certain combos, Dubois audited him. He knew exactly what he was going to do under pressure. And like you said, that's madness for me to hear. Like, I don't do any analysis. Like, what? Hire me, bro. I'll watch all your games and give you a dossier.
We can get tactics for your match. Right, this guy here.
But we were watching, like, Fan Zhendong and Wan Chuqin played.
Yeah.
And Fan Zhendong just messed him up, all off of short receive. He would receive serve, forehand touch. He wasn't playing backhand, into middle. Wan Chuqin would either step right and play the forehand, in which case Fan Zhendong would then pin him this way, or he'd step to his left, Wan Chuqin, and play the backhand, in which case Fan Zhendong would go here. And when you watch it in slow-mo, it's so easy to clock, and you're like, he's done it again.
So imagine how can you compete against this kind of level of preparation.
So I saw this thing with the Japanese team, and the guy, so I was in the crowd, and I was like, oh, I'm going to talk to this guy, this looks interesting. He had a camera in his laptop, and I was like, hey, what are you doing? He goes, oh, hey, I'm basically doing an mental analysis for the Japanese team. And he had like a button, he pressed Jun Misatani or Mimi Ito or Harimoto, and instantly it had all their matches from this tournament, right?
Wow.
And let's say he played Fan Zhendong, you click Harimoto, then Fan Zhendong, it would show how many points Fan Zhendong missed as a whole. So he'd be like, oh yeah, it was what I saw was Harimoto, it was best for him to flick to the backhand first or something. And every time he pushed, he lost the point. So they could say to Harimoto, hey, look, every time you're pushing to Fan Zhendong, you do not win the point.
So don't push.
Do you know what I mean? Just don't push.
Don't push.
Whatever you do, just do not push. And I was like, oh my God, this is insane. And like,
But as a player, that's so helpful, because in a match, you already have so many decisions to make, tactics, where to play the ball, what serve, like, and if you know in your head, okay, if I push, I'm in big trouble, like, it just takes one away from you.
So if you are 9-9,
Easy decision,
and you have the information, just
it's odds,
don't push.
And
do something else. I think sometimes this is really 1 millimeter about win or lose. So it's so important. I'm fighting for that all my career, I think. In terms of coaches, it's difficult to have this kind of help. But if externally, so the person who sit behind you have this information, I think at the end of 1 year, maybe instead of you can win 5 matches more, it's a lot.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going straight on that laptop and making you a dossier.
Yeah, please do.
Next time, when this guy wins the European champs in a couple of weeks, man.
Next time we see Alvaro, he's going to come with a team of like 5 people with laptops, and we're going to be like, okay, we see what he's doing here.
That would be great.
All right, I guess we can wrap it up then.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for your time, Alvaro. It's been great chatting to you. Really good.
Thank you, and you are doing really a good work. Yeah, for
trying our
table
best.
tennis.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for helping with the content and taking part, and it's been really cool to talk to you.
It definitely won't be the last time that TTD and Alvaro.
No.
You're gonna get sick of us. There they are again.
You know,
I really will learn with you. I think. Really.
Especially with Joe now. Especially if you're full-time.
New analysis.
With analysis.
You should see when we see Kamal Sharaf, he sees us and runs the other way.
Oh, not these guys again.
So we might see you at WTT Montpellier as well.
Yes.
You're out there?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I will be there.
Let's go. So guys, we're here at the China Smash. Make sure you check out WTT on their social media, also their website, worldtabletennis.com. They also have an app, which is really cool. So download the WTT app so you can stay in touch with all the latest updates for WTT.
Follow Alvaro as well if you're not already.
Yep.
What is it? A Robles 4.
Yes.
There you go.
Epic.
Guys, awesome. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next podcast.
See you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.